Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Sunday. I really wasn't planning on doing a fragrance review today, but I picked the scent of the day for myself, and I'm kind of just hanging out, relaxing here. Gonna watch some football in a little bit, but I figured let me do a review on this one. It is a house that I've actually done a review on another one of their fragrances in the past. I think maybe in the beginning of the summer. And this is the original version. The other one I had done was, I guess, a flanker release or different variation of the original. So this is an older classic fragrance, something I really, really like, and the presentation on it is really cool too. So we'll go through all that. The fragrance is by the House of Royal Copenhagen, and it is none other than Royal Copenhagen by Royal Copenhagen. So this is categorized as a chypre fragrance. Came out in 1970. So it's definitely been around a while. What we'll do, of course, we'll look at the presentation. I got a couple variations, a couple different products from Royal Copenhagen that will match this scent, that is the same scent. We'll talk about the notes. There's a lot of notes, a lot to go through. I'll talk about its performance and my experience, and then I'll give my thoughts and then the overall rating on the fragrance in general. So we'll start off. I'm actually wearing it. It's like I said, it's the scent of the day today, so I have it on. And this is something that caught my eye when I was in a rack store. I got this in a rack store. I got some of the other products that I have online once I actually got this one too. So I have this bottle and the box. I've got an aftershave to match it as well too. They come out, they do have deodorant. I have a shower gel. It's like a shower hair wash, but I didn't feel like dragging that out of the shower because that's where it stays. So let's take a look at this box first. These two boxes are virtually identical. The only difference is going to be one of them says aftershave and one of them says cologne. So to save time, we'll just take a look at the fragrance box. So on the front here, we have Royal Copenhagen. It's a black box with this type of gray, white, and this what looks like these watermarks or waves here, Royal Copenhagen and the lion. It's very similar to that company Royal Norfolk that makes that china, the white china, mugs, plates, etc. They have the same type of lion as you can see right there. On the top, you've got this symbol here that is the same symbol that is on the aftershave bottle. And then you got the white outline around the box too. Really clean looking box. I really like it. On the sides, you just have that white outline. On the back, you got some company information. It is an eau de cologne, Royal Copenhagen. Let's see here. It is made in the UK, it looks like. And you've got this here, barcode. And it looks like a batch code there stamped into the box. So let's open it up. We'll take a look at the bottle. This is not brand new, by the way. I've had this for a little while. As you can see, I've used some of it. It's a splash bottle, which I really, really like. There's something nostalgic about the splash bottles to me. Sitting right on the bathroom countertop, just within arm's distance, grab it, you put it on. What I like to do when I wear this and I use the splash bottle is that, I will, out of the shower after I towel off, I will just dump it on my shoulders and kind of use it as a body cologne. If you have a preference, some people like spray. Spray's a little easier. They do have a spray bottle. I actually have one of those too. I'm going to give this one to a friend because I have, again, a lot of fragrances. So to have like multiples of the same one sometimes just isn't the greatest idea. So if somebody else can enjoy it, I think that's a good thing as well. So, the bottle here is big, heavy-duty glass bottle. You can see Royal Copenhagen. Again, that lion seal, these wave marks here, Royal Copenhagen. Is a sticker on here. Nothing else on the back. It's like this blue juice. Really reminds me of a barbershop, like the stuff that the barbers will put their combs in to kind of disinfect it. On the top of the bottle there, it's a screw-off cap. You do have the lion symbol again. It is a blue, white, and black with silver. Screws off. And then you got this nice heavy-duty spout there where the word come out too. So you can do it this way. Drain, put some, and you can get the opening. So some people prefer spray. A spray is easier because it doesn't get all over your hands, but I like some fragrances I just think are cool in a splash bottle. So again, that blue juice is really nice. The notes on these things, again, I had to write them down because there's so many. The top is aldehydes, lime, lavender, green notes, bergamot, cardamom, and lemon. We have in the heart of the fragrance, we have carnation, patchouli, orris root, jasmine, vetiver, cedar, and rose. And the base, we have honey, tonka bean, amber, musk, oak moss, vanilla, heliotrope, and tobacco. So that's a hefty amount of notes, but there are some notes that are really prominent, and then there's some that I just don't get in the dry down and the whole life cycle of the fragrance. I'll get into that though. The performance on this fragrance, again, it's an eau de cologne concentration. But the performance is pretty good. I get at least 6 hours from this fragrance, which I think is excellent for an eau de cologne. Anything over 5 for a cologne that's very, very good, in my opinion, at least too. So, for the first 45 minutes to an hour, I think this projects. It's actually pretty strong. My girlfriend, honestly, I don't think is a huge fan of this fragrance. She says it's too powdery, and there is a heavy powder note in here, but I like it. I think it's classy. And I know that when the fragrance dries down, that's when it really performs its best, and it smells the best as well too. The opening can be a little bit harsh, or some might say it's a little bit dated. Again, I tend to really, really gravitate towards classic fragrances, so I don't ever, I'm never bothered by that type of thing if it smells like an older school fragrance, which this is. It came out in 1972. So, performance is really good. First 45 minutes to an hour projects really well. The sillage is good. You get a nice scent bubble. I think almost up until the very end, it's with at least in an arm's length distance. People can smell it. It's still noticeable. And then maybe at the very end of the fragrance cycle, you're going to get the skin scent effect, and you'd be able to smell. But you don't need to dig your nose into your arm to be able to smell it. You just from the top like that, you'd be able to get another whiff of the fragrance itself. So I think it's still noticeable, and it performs very well for its concentration. My thoughts on this fragrance, I really enjoy it. I like the nostalgic look. I really like the presentation. I think that it is, really nice. I like the bottle a lot. The splash bottle. Same thing with the aftershave. They have that as well too. Let me bring that out so you guys can see. Kind of notice the color difference from the aftershave to the cologne, which I think is pretty interesting too. So this is the same scent. It's not a different one. Royal Copenhagen has another fragrance called Royal Copenhagen Musk, and that's the one that I reviewed first. I honestly say I do like that one better than the original. The musk smell is so clean and more barbershop, where this is barbershop, but it's got more of the powder scent in it though. I really like the musk one, but we're talking about this one now. The notes that I get are a floral white musk. I get a vanilla. I get the powder scents. That's really the main notes. That's what sticks out to me. I think this one performs best in colder weather because it gives like a warming feeling, and I think it's better. It might be cloying in the heat because of the powdery, and since in powder smells and heat, I don't really like to combine. This is the best, I think, in the colder weather. It's a classic fragrance. I don't know if it would appeal to your younger crowd, high school, maybe early 20s, college, and late 20s. If you have a nose for classic fragrances, you're definitely going to like it. But I'd say people that would wear this would be maybe 30, maybe mid 30s and up would probably appreciate this more. But again, you wear what you like no matter what it is. Daytime fragrance for sure, maybe dusk. I think it's somewhat versatile, to be honest with you, because I can see this being a great office scent, a signature scent for daily wear. I would wear this to a brunch. I'd wear this to maybe an early dinner. If I was like a night out where I'd be going to dinner and then getting drinks afterwards, I'd probably wear something a little bit stronger, maybe a little deeper than this fragrance. So, but I still think it's versatile. Daytime work and maybe early evening casual. You could dress it up at work maybe if you would prefer, but I think it's kind of ranges as a casual fragrance. So, I really, really like this one. Let's talk about the overall rating for Royal Copenhagen by Royal Copenhagen. Presentation, I really like it. 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really cool box. I really like the bottle. I like the splash bottle. The performance, I'm going to give a 6.5, 7. So we'll say 6.5, but that's really good for a cologne. So I'm actually going to bump that up. We'll give this one a 7 because, again, it's an eau de cologne strength. I had to remind myself. And the smell is an 8 out of 10. I really like it. It's a soft, powdery, vanilla and floral scent for sure. It's classy, gentleman's cologne, I think. And again, I think it would fit in those areas in terms of where you would wear it that I had mentioned too. So I'm going to give it overall an 8 out of 10 for Royal Copenhagen. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used Royal Copenhagen before, but or have any experience with this one or the one that's the musk one that I actually prefer. But either way, it's a great fragrance. It's a classic fragrance. Check it out. It's absolutely worth having in your collection, even if you got a smaller bottle just to wear it. I think it's an awesome one. Let me know what your thoughts are in the review. And if it's your first time viewing, hey, subscribe to the channel. I like to put out videos at least, once a week. And again, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.